Every time you call on me, I drop what I do. You are my best friend, and we've got some things to do.
Hello everyone, this is Team 4 and we are going to talk about a smartphone recommender system that we created and chose to make a presentation on. Let us quickly go ahead and dive into the contents of the presentation. To begin with, the primary objective of this smartphone recommender system is to recommend someone a smartphone or a group of smartphones according to the specifications chosen by them. The system will recommend the name of the smartphone as per the entries chosen by the user, and the user can after that look at the spec sheet of that particular smartphone. Next up is a description of the data. The data of our system includes various specification heads, and each phone listed here has its own list of specifications. Specification heads are price, operating system, make, screen size, RAM, weight, SIM, screen type, resolution, processor, memory card slot, internal memory, and battery capacity. Every phone has its specifications adjacent to it. For example, the first one, iPhone 10 higher-end model. Its price is $1,150, runs on iOS, is made by Apple, has screen size of 5.8 inches, possesses 3 GB of RAM with 174 grams of weight, incorporating a single SIM, having an AMOLED screen instead of LCD, with Full HD resolution, running on an A11 Bionic chipset inside, with no memory card slot for storage expansion, but possessing 256 gigabytes of internal storage with built-in 2716 mAh battery. Similarly, this goes for other phones as well. Next is the data dictionary. It explains everything a user should know about the specification heads. As we can see, phone means the name of the phone mentioned in the list. Price means the price of the phone in US dollars. Similarly, operating system shows the operating system the phone is running on. Screen size is displayed in inches. RAM is random access memory, which is in gigabytes. Weight is in grams. SIM shows if smartphone has dual SIM functionality or single SIM. Then the data dictionary shows the type of the screen used in the phone, resolution of the screen, and the processor used in the phone. Furthermore, it shows if memory card slot is available for expanding the storage, and lastly, the battery capacity is reflected in milliampere. Moving on, now we can see the spec sheet of the smartphones where we manually enter the data for each smartphone. For the purpose of creating a recommender system out of this raw data, we took the help of the pivot table functionality in Excel. We selected whole of the data as range and wanted the pivot table to be on a new worksheet, so we checked new worksheet. Next, we drag and drop every specification head in filters, and as we want to recommend a phone or a list of phones, we drag and drop it in rows. Now, to demonstrate the system, we would simply select our choices from various filters we can see here. For instance, we select Android in operating system and want our phone to be $800 or more, so we check 800 and everything that is displayed below 800. Then we choose manufacturer as LG and Samsung. We want the RAM to be more than equal to 4, and in context to SIM we want it to be dual. Let's say the processor and memory card doesn't matter, and then the screen type we want is AMOLED, as LCD is pretty old now. Resolution we are looking for Quad HD, and screen size and weight doesn't matter. Internal memory should be more than equal to 64 GB. That is, everything that is above 64 GB and 64 GB would be checked, and battery capacity should be at least 3000 milliampere battery. Similarly, everything inclusive 3000 mAh would be checked. So here we have our recommendations. Our system suggests that these three phones, Galaxy Note 8, Galaxy S9 Plus, and LG V30 Plus, are the best for the user. To see the full specifications of these smartphones, the user can then refer back to the spec sheet. Let's play around with the data a bit more. Let's select iOS for operating system. Let the price remain the same, and let us change the make to Apple, including 2 and 3 GB of RAM. Then changing the SIM options to single and dual, both. Screen type to have both LCD and AMOLED, and resolution to include full HD, and last but not the least, the battery capacity to be more than equal to 1960 milliampere. So here we have a bunch of recommendations. We can see a list of iPhones here. As we entered the specifications in the system, it recommended us a bunch of phones. So similarly, as mentioned and shown previously, we can go back to the spec sheet and look for the specifications of these particular phones for further details. Thank you everyone for listening.